to my cottage. Come on in. This is our day to show you where I live and how we incorporate the same design elements that we do in your house in our own houses.
And your name is?
Michelle.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're with Right Next Door Designs, located at 9940 Woodlands Parkway in
the Woodlands,
Texas. Yes, so come on in. So today we're going to talk to you about how we use spaces different than the way the builder intended it. So we say that all the time. You don't need to be locked into a particular space just because this was designed to be an office. I personally knew that this would never use an office space because I don't like to work when I'm at home. When I come home, I want my space to not include work. So what I did was redesign this craft room that was meant to be an office for my daughter, who's super crafty, loves to do paintings, she loves to do projects, but that was this space. So just trying to keep it super organized with an 11-year-old is my challenge. So this space was intended to be a dining room, but because I'm a single mom that works all the time, I knew I was not going to be using a dining room space. So I use this as my sitting space, where I like to meditate and do my Bible studies and read when I have the time, which let's just...
You don't read that much
Let's
anymore.
just call it. I don't read much
She used to
anymore.
read all the time.
I don't have the
She
time.
used to kick me out of her house at like 8:30 so she could go to bed with a glass of wine and read her book. That was awful.
But this was absolutely one of my favorite finds when we were actually shopping for a customer, and it fit perfectly here, and I loved it.
Anyways, we just got back from market, as you know, and Michelle is very good at natural woods. And I have to say, there's natural woods is huge right now at Dallas Market. Every showroom is natural woods.
Yeah.
The natural wood picture frames that are lacking photos. Lacking photos. Can I tell you how many clients we shop for frames and we bring them in the home and then they don't put photos in them? And the funny thing is that every design job we do for corporate, commercial, we put our pictures in the frame.
Maybe I should just fill these frames with Michelle and
Krista, our marketing girl, goes and develops our pictures, and we pick them up and put them in all of our frames at, the commercial jobs. So
why not?
Put pictures in your frames, people. This is a one space that you can do anything in, and it is the one space that most of your guests are going to see or experience. So you want to make it nice. What's great is that they put a cabinet built into the wall. This cabinet is awesome because it's below the stairs. But basically you could put a cabinet like this or just open shelving if you wanted to in any of your powder baths because they're just done between the studs of the home. And it's just a great, nice area to store the necessities of life and have them hidden from the public's view. So it's a great, Michelle, you've done a great job on your show.
Okay, so now we have moved into the kitchen, which I'm not gonna lie, is one of my favorite rooms of the house.
It is the heart of the home.
When I bought the house a little over 2 years ago, it had one short island, and you'll see a picture of the before. So it literally ended here. So it had a planned breakfast room space at the end. But I know from working with my clients, and I personally know from my kids' experience, they love to just sit and eat at the island. They do their homework at the island, they eat at the island. Even though Alexa has a craft room, a lot of times she does crafty things in the island. So it was really important to me to have an awesome island space. So I have taken up the entire kitchen area and made it one huge island, but added lots of extra storage, added the pull-out trash and recycle, which I absolutely love. Had to have a wine refrigerator and wine storage. Also had to change out all the lighting, move the fixtures, move the electrical outlets because all they had was a couple of canned lights here and then one pendant that hung over the pretend breakfast room over there. But changed out all the hardware, changed out the flooring. One of my favorite colors to design with is green. And because I'm a very outdoor girl, I love looking outside. You can see that I've taken all the blinds down in the kitchen and living room. And I want to pull the outdoors in. And so for me, it was really important to pick a great green. And I'm going to tell you this here in the kitchen as well as outside. Shannon lived in Washington State at the time and I texted her all of my vision board pictures of my flooring, of my outside, of some pillows and the rugs that I was using, and she picked all my colors. She is awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you.
You are awesome, Shannon.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. The other thing that's cool too that I told Michelle to point out is her backsplash. Even though it's white, it's a gray grout. So it really makes the design of the backsplash pop versus if that was a white grout, you would not appreciate that backsplash at all.
Okay, so now we've moved into the living room, which this is where Brooks and I spend the majority of our time when we are home. Candles, we talked a lot about candles, super important to me to come home to a relaxing atmosphere. So these are all candles from the store that I have on a timer. So today I kind of went around and turned them on, but normally they come on 5 o'clock every day so that when I walk in the door, my candles are lit and they welcome me. So a lot of times I'll change out art throughout the year, but this has just been such a relaxing atmosphere for me that I've left it ever since I hung it. But I did want to kind of show you how I mixed it with not only a mirror, but we actually hung this as kind of a layered effect. So we do that a lot. And so I wanted to showcase it in my own home and just kind of show you how I tie in the natural elements in with the art and the mirrors, and it all just works. Okay, so now we're entering my bedroom, which should be your retreat. So we talked about this space downstairs and how I like to relax there at night. But absolutely, your bedroom should greet you and treat you right when you come into it. So this is my space. And then my pure relaxation is actually in here in my bathroom because bubble baths are a girl's best friend. Okay, so we have moved outside to just talk a little bit about exterior paint colors. And
it's a unique house because there's a lot of different elements that you can showcase with the house.
Right.
And I would help people with paint colors. We still do.
That's what we do.
You know, a lot of painters don't want to paint. These are called soffits, or some people call them eaves, a different color. They want to spray it the same color as the house because it's just easier. But what Michelle did is she made her painter work a little harder and showcase the soffits, which is awesome because it's an accent color that tied with the accent color up there. We do literally have about 5 colors on this house.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about the landscape yet, but I can tell you this was a very clean palette to work from because there was absolutely nothing here. This was a challenge for me because I have 100% shade in this house, and every other house I've ever had 100% sun. So had to kind of really adjust my thinking and what I could do in this landscape. I knew I wanted to create a sitting area because I love to sit outside at night and watch the kids play, ride their bikes up and down the street, play basketball, play volleyball, which is why I have a broken window. Okay, so now we're going to enter into another one of my favorite spots. And as you can see from the video, I have a lot of favorite spots in my house. But this is my backyard. And this is where I truly do come to relax. So when I'm not watching kids out in the street, I sit in the backyard. This, again, was another open palette. I love how I back up to the green belt. So we see a lot of deer, bunny rabbits. Yes, it's
beautiful.
It's very calming, very peaceful here. And even though we're from Texas, I love the heat. It doesn't bother me at all. So being outside is awesome for me. So I have the gas fireplace, whereas the one on the front is wood. Added the fountain. So one of the things that Alexa loved when we first bought this house was her playhouse, which you'll see over in the corner. But now it is my garden shed. So dual purpose. I wasn't going to tear it down. It was bright pink. I painted it the same colors as the house, and it just works for me. But this is my space, and it's
beautiful.
It's where I live.
Very tranquil.
Yes.
It's nice.
Yes. So come over, sit in my backyard with me.
Come hang out.
Come on. Why not? Why not?
moved into the next space that we transferred from being
Transformed.
Transformed.
Revamped, transformed. Other cinnamons. Cinnamons. That's a tricky one.
Okay, cut.